Okay, so we're talking about things that impact solubility, and one of the things that can impact solubility is pH. And the rule for this is that if it depends on the type of salt that you have. So, the solubility of a basic salt will be increased by the addition of an acid. So if you have a basic salt, that basic salt will be more soluble in an acidic solution than a neutral solution. And the reason for that is because the basic component of the salt is going to react with the acid in the solution and be neutralized, and that would shift the equilibrium towards the products, which is going to increase solubility. So let's just look at an example. So let's say sodium, let's look at, this one, NaCOOH. And here we have sodium, which is neutral because it is the conjugate acid of a strong base. So this is neutral. And then we have this COOH, which is is basic because it is the conjugate base of a weak acid. So therefore, if this is a basic salt would be, the solubility of a basic salt would be increased. It would be more soluble in the presence of an acid, because the basic component of this salt is going to react with an acid. So the acid and base will react, neutralize. That will drive the reaction to the right, which will favor the products. Remember what the products are. The products are aqueous, so that is going to increase molar solubility. So there's no calculations that we're going to use for this. I just would expect you to be able to tell me how a acidic or basic solution would impact the solubility of a salt. A basic salt in a basic solution would have no effect unless there was a common ion. But what I would expect you to know is that a basic salt will have an increased solubility in an acidic solution. So the opposite is also true. The solubility of an acidic salt will be increased by the addition of a base. So let's look at an example of that. So if we have an acidic salt, let's say like ammonium chloride, this NH4 is acidic because it's the conjugate of a weak base, ammonia. This chloride is neutral because it is the conjugate of a strong acid. So this is an acidic salt. So if you added a base, the base in the solution would react with the acidic portion of the salt, and it would increase solubility. So you probably will see some problems on your SmartWorks homework or on an exam where I ask you, the addition of an acid would increase the solubility of which of the following salts, and it would be a basic salt. So you would pick the basic salt out of that list. I just want you to understand the principle here. We are not going to be doing any calculations to see by what factor or what the molar solubility would be after the addition of a base or an acid, but you should know that pH will impact the solubility. A basic salt will have an increased solubility with an acid, and an acidic salt would have an increased solubility with a base.